Jason Weaver's journey with the Lion King in the annals of Hollywood's underdog tales. Few stories shine as brightly as that of Jason Weaver, the young Chicago talent whose voice brought youthful fire to Simba in Disney's 1994 animated masterpiece, The Lion King. What began as a promising audition for a then uncertain project evolved into a saga of maternal wisdom, bold negotiation, and enduring legacy. One that turned a $2 million windfall into generational wealth. The year is 1993. The place, a high-stakes Disney boardroom. The air is thick with expectation. On the table, a contract for a rising 13-year-old star named Jason Weaver. The offer? $2 million. But one person wasn't looking at the short-term prize. She was looking at the horizon. Marilyn "Kitty" Haywood, Jason's mother, knew the game Disney was playing. She knew about the staggering success of Beauty and the Beast. She knew about Aladdin. Weaver's mother, Marilyn "Kitty" Haywood, often referred to as Angie in some accounts, though primarily documented as Marilyn, didn't just protect her son's future. She redefined what it means to bet on oneself in an industry notorious for chewing up child stars. Disney's executives, accustomed to smooth sailing with one-off talent payments, must have been stunned. But Kitty held her ground, her resolve unshakable. She was not just negotiating a contract. She was securing a legacy. The studio, recognizing the singular talent of Jason's voice, reluctantly agreed. This is the full, detailed chronicle of how patience, faith, and unyielding self-worth transformed a single decision into one of Tinseltown's smartest power plays. Early days. A star in the making, Jason Michael Weaver was born on June 14, 1979, in Chicago, Illinois, into a world already humming with the rhythm of show business. His mother, Marilyn Haywood, was no stranger to the spotlight. As a member of the Chicago-based vocal group Kitty and the Haywoods, she had provided backing vocals for Aretha Franklin's 1976 Sparkle soundtrack, a gig that immersed young Jason in the music industry's highs and lows from infancy. Growing up in a household where contracts were dinner table talk and melodies were lullabies, Jason's path seemed predestined. By age 11, he was already turning heads. His acting debut came in 1990 on Oprah Winfrey's short-lived drama Brewster Place, but it was 1992 that catapulted him forward. At just 13, Jason landed the role of a preteen Michael Jackson in ABC's miniseries The Jacksons, An American Dream. The production was a whirlwind. High-profile visitors like Elton John dropped by the set during filming of the Jackson 5's Who's Lovin' You?, a moment Jason later recalled brushing off as just another celeb. Little did he know, that encounter foreshadowed his next big break. The role earned him critical praise and a budding reputation as a triple threat actor, singer, dancer, with a voice that carried the soulful depth of R&B legends far beyond his years. That same year, Jason released his debut single, a cover of Michael Jackson's I Wanna Be Where You Are, signaling his dual ambitions in music and film. He was hustling, TV spots, theater gigs, and building a resume that caught Disney's eye. But nothing could prepare him for the call that would change everything. The audition. A cub steps into the Pride Lands in 1993. Disney was deep into production on The Lion King, an ambitious animated feature inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet and set against the sweeping savannas of Africa. Directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff, the film followed Simba, a young lion cub whose journey from carefree prince to exiled wanderer to rightful king mirrored timeless themes of responsibility, loss, and redemption. The score, penned by Elton John and Tim Rice, promised Broadway-sized anthems, but the project was no sure bet. Disney's previous animations like The Little Mermaid, 1989, and Beauty and the Beast, 1991, had revived the studio's golden age, but The Lion King was a risk. Its anthropomorphic animals and Shakespearean undertones could flop. Casting calls went out for voices that could embody the characters' emotional arcs. For young Simba, the wide-eyed, adventure-hungry cub voiced in speaking lines by Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Home Improvement. Disney needed a singer with raw energy for the upbeat numbers, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and the playful Hakuna Matata. Enter Jason Weaver. At 14, he auditioned and nailed it. His voice captured Simba's exuberance, a blend of boyish wonder and budding maturity that made the songs leap off the screen. But the opportunity was bigger than Jason realized. Directors were so impressed they briefly considered bumping Thomas for Weaver to handle both speaking and singing duties. The director even called business affairs at Disney and was like, "Did we close out our contract with Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Because I think we want to make the offer to Jason Weaver for the speaking role," Jason later shared. Ultimately, they stuck with Thomas for dialogue, leaving Jason as the singing voice, a role that would still etch his name in history. The crossroads, $2 million or the long game. With the role secured, Disney's negotiators entered the picture. In a move that stunned the young actor, they dangled a flat fee, approximately $2 million upfront for Jason's vocal contributions. Adjusted for inflation, that's over $4 million in today's dollars. A fortune for any performer, let alone a 14-year-old with limited credits. Jason, eyes wide with the naivety of youth, was ready to sign. "I remember it was like $2 million, he recalled in a 2019 Vlad TV interview. "I was like, Mom, this is it. We're set." Enter Marilyn Haywood, the unsung hero of this tale. A seasoned performer herself, Marilyn had seen the entertainment world's predatory side. The one-time payouts that left artists high and dry once the hype faded. As Jason described, she paused the celebration. "Wait a minute. Okay, if they're willing to do that, that's it. That's all he'll ever get. For the remainder of his life?" Disney's reps pushed back. "That's it, he takes the money, that's it." But Marilyn, armed with industry savvy, saw the bigger picture. The Lion King wasn't just a movie. It was a potential juggernaut. With Elton John's involvement and Disney's marketing muscle, re-releases, merchandise, and soundtracks could generate revenue for decades. Why settle for a quick payday when royalties could create a lifelong stream? Drawing on her experience breaking down contracts, a skill honed from her days in vocal groups, Marilyn negotiated fiercely. She pushed for a hybrid deal, a modest upfront payment of $100,000, far less than the $2 million, plus a percentage of future royalties from soundtrack sales, home video releases, and related merchandise. It was a gamble. The film wasn't out yet. No one knew if it would roar or whimper. Jason's agent backed her, but whispers rippled through Hollywood. "Crazy move. Take the cash and run." As Jason put it, everyone thought she was insane, yet Marilyn's faith wasn't blind. She envisioned a cultural phenomenon. What happens when my son turns 40? Is he still going to be able to get a check from this when they eventually re-release this? Her mantra? Play chess, not checkers. Think long-term legacy over short-term splurge. The premiere and the payoff. A Kingdom for a Voice. The Lion King premiered on June 15, 1994, at Disney's El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. Critics hailed it as a triumph. Roger Ebert called it a superbly told story with a grand musical score. Audiences flocked, drawn by Hans Zimmer's thunderous score and the unforgettable songs Jason helped immortalize. "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" burst with Simba's irrepressible joy, while Hakuna Matata delivered a carefree anthem that became a global earworm. The film shattered records, grossing $763 million worldwide on a $45 million budget, making it the highest-grossing animated film until Toy Story 3, 2010. By 2024, adjusted totals topped $978 million, with billions more from re-releases, IMAX in 2002, 3D in 2011, and the 2019 live-action remake starring Donald Glover as adult Simba. The soundtrack? A juggernaut, featuring Elton John's hits like "Circle of Life" and "Can You Feel the Love Tonight," which won an Oscar and a Golden Globe. It sold over 7 million copies in the US alone, earning Diamond certification. Jason's tracks, "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," hitting double platinum, 2 million units, in 2023, fueled its success. The film's accolades piled up: 2 Oscars, original score and original song, 2 Golden Globes, and a lasting spot in the National Film Registry. For Jason, the first royalty check arrived modestly, around $100,000 total upfront, including session fees. But as VHS tapes flew off shelves, over 30 million sold, Broadway adaptations grossed $8 billion, and streaming platforms like Disney Plus kept the Pride lands alive. The checks multiplied. Jason has coyly shared that royalties have more than surpassed the $2 million offer. Estimates suggest millions over 30 years, with steady income from every re-release and playlist spin. In 2023, he posted on Instagram about receiving a double platinum plaque for "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," thanking God, Disney, Elton John, and Tim Rice. 30 years later and the platinum plaques keep coming in. Wow. God is amazing. Beyond the savannah, Weaver's enduring pride. The Lion King deal didn't just secure Jason's finances. It became a beacon for his career. Post-Simba, he starred as Marcus Henderson on the WB's Smart Guy, 1997 to 1999, a sitcom about a teen genius's big brother that ran for 3 seasons and cemented his teen idol status. Film roles followed: the drumline hopeful in Drumline, 2002, a hustler in ATL, 2006, and cameos in The Ladykillers, 2004, and Lottery Ticket, 2010. Musically, he featured on Chingy's 2004 hit One Call Away, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Today, at 46, Jason thrives in recurring roles like Rashad, Shad Marshall on Showtime's The Chi, since 2021, teaches masterclasses on the film industry at South Carolina State University, and mentors young artists, often sharing his mother's lesson, "Know your worth." Today, his net worth is tangible, with the Lion King royalties forming a foundational pillar. Recent X, formerly Twitter, buzz echoes the story's timeless appeal, with users hailing Marilyn's foresight amid discussions of child star pitfalls, like Drake Bell's residuals woes. The moral of the story: Hakuna Matata for the wise Marilyn Haywood's decision wasn't luck, it was vision. In an era when child actors like Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, fought for back-end points and many faded into obscurity, she gambled on longevity over immediacy. The Lion King, now a franchise worth over $10 billion, including stage shows, sequels, and spin-offs, proves her right. As Jason reflected in 2019, "It was so we can play the long game. That residual income is so helpful." This tale transcends Hollywood. It's a reminder that true wealth blooms from patience and self-advocacy. In a world of quick fixes, Marilyn's no to $2 million birthed a yes to endless possibilities. Jason Weaver didn't just voice a king. He became one, ruling his destiny with the roar of a mother who knew the circle of life includes smart contracts. As Simba sang, "I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware." For the Weavers, the Pride lands are forever golden.